Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Coffee Nation. I'm a little late this morning, and by late I mean 1 minute, making my coffee. Switch over to the comments. There we go. Good morning, Michael Gibbons. So you might be wondering, what is he doing? Why is he in the kitchen? Why isn't he outside? Did the tornadoes destroy everything? No, we didn't have any tornadoes last night, but we were close. But I'm making beignets. I don't know what that sound effect was. It sounded sort of like sci-fi-ish. I don't know. So top of the morning to you, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yes, Keith Reed's got the hashtag Coffee Nation. We'll be dipping in and out of view here for a minute while I'm working on this stuff. But we're going to brunch at a friend's house. And beignets were requested. Now, you might be wondering, what is this guy? Is he some sort of bakery specialist? No, I didn't used to work at a bakery. Well, was he French? Is he from New Orleans? We all know that's not true. Definitely not. Well, wait a minute. What do you mean? You would sell to New Orleans? Yes. Every chance I get. That's why I have no fans in New Orleans. I've got fans in Louisiana. My manager is a big fan of New Orleans Saints. But he's from Monroe, Louisiana. So he tries to defend it every time I say something. He's like, hey, I guess you're right. All right, so we got two bowls here that we're working with. We got a dry bowl and a wet bowl. When you're making beignets, you want to start out, in my opinion, making things separately, mixing things separately. I've got my ingredients list over here. I've got all that stuff. I'm probably going to go outside for a minute because I don't want to be too distracted making all this. And I don't have two cameras where I can switch back and forth like a real show. This is all how I do my books, right? It's all self-published. Put this stuff over here. So anyway, we're prepping. It'll take me about 10 minutes to mix those ingredients. Then we'll let the dough rest for about an hour or so. Let it rise as we move around, navigating with the tripod legs sticking out. Probably not a good decision. See, you guys are it's like watching Blair Witch Project. You guys are getting all shaken up. Oh, I forgot to turn the camera off. That's all right. It won't bother me too much. Maybe. And out we go. A little chill in the air this morning. So, I haven't really said good morning to many of you yet because I was busy prepping that stuff. Got to get that going. Do a little 30 minute, hello, how are you? No, my patio heater didn't fall over last night in the wind. I set it down so that it wouldn't get knocked over by the wind. Well, that's just good forward thinking right there, everybody. That guy's, he is a thinking man. I posted something on my personal page about Aaron Rodgers' quote this week about science, and if you don't question it, then it's not science and whatever. And a bunch of people were biting into me about, so you're taking medical advice from Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, I don't recall Aaron Rodgers offering medical advice. He just said he's asking questions, and that seems rational. There's like a whole host of people out there now that don't want us to ask questions. It's very strange. Like, are you a doctor? You shouldn't be giving advice about vaccines. Well, I don't give advice about vaccines, but I want to know as much as I can and make an informed decision. Is there something wrong with that? That seems weird. But and I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm not a Packers fan. Is he the best arm talent we've seen since Marino? Yeah, probably. But I don't think he's giving advice. I think he's just saying I want to know, and he's not like in a lab at his home, like trying to figure things out. He's asking questions of experts, and he's accepting opinions from all experts. So I think that's about as scientific as it gets. Okay. I thought that was funny way to start the morning. I like open up Facebook, I see all these comments. Sometimes I think people get the wrong idea with me. I think I'm trying to start something. Well, I am trying to start something. I'm trying to start a revolution of books. So, yeah, trying to tell stories. All right, what's up, Joel and Teresa Paget? Yeah, I never know which one it is. These combination accounts, they always throw me off. I don't know what like which one's watching, or if it's both. If you've got like your laptop set up on the coffee table and you're watching. Or if you're at your desk, or if you're on your phone, just sitting there in like some cozy PJs by the fire, some warm socks on. That sounds nice. It's a little chilly out here now, but it was like 70 yesterday. I went for a walk at like 8 a.m. yesterday morning, and I was in shorts and short sleeves in Tennessee. That's not normal. Mother Nature is most certainly drunk. Question is, are we the ones giving her the shots? Oh, from Alaska, by the way. I love that. Good morning, Kat and Deborah and Douglas and Allison. What's up, Allison? Great morning to you too, Paul. Temp is dropping by the hour. Yeah, so this is what's nuts. It was like tornado watch until 3 a.m. last night. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do the show because I was afraid I was going to have to, like, I set an alarm at 1:20 because I was watching the radar, and I calculated that these next threatening storm cells were going to be here about 1:30. So I set an alarm for like 1:15, woke up at 1:15 after like an hour nap because I went to bed at 12:15. And yeah, sure enough, the storms hit right at like 1:30. I was sitting there 1:20, 1:25. Oh, is he a meteorologist? How did he know? He just looked at the radar and he figured it out exactly when that threatening storm cell would be here. I tell you, he's a smart cookie. He should have gone to meteorology school in Cincinnati. Didn't one of his students go there? Yes, Cedric Haynes. Now he's a local meteorologist here in Chattanooga. No, you live in a place long enough, you understand how the radar patterns look, I guess. We're always looking for patterns as human beings. We're always looking for patterns. Stocks, Forex, crypto, indices, all of it. Weather. We want to make sense of things that are nonsensical. And so I look at radar all the time. I look at it a lot. But when I'm in a place that I've not lived, call it anywhere. Montana, Florida, the weather patterns are different. So I don't know them. I can't make predictions. But last night, spot on. Storms hit. They were loud. They were violent, but no tornadoes. 60-mile-an-hour winds, maybe. It was pretty windy at one point. But all that said, we had 2 tornado watches this week in December and 1 in January. And it's going to be 23 degrees tomorrow night with a chance of snow, which we won't get. We never get snow here. It doesn't snow in Chattanooga. We're protected against the flaky white stuff. That doesn't usually hit us. So I think we'll be all right on that. But it's going to be cold. Like tonight, it's going to be cold. Yeah. Ernie of all trades. That's right, Michael. So I'm a baker. I'm a weather guy. Just do it all. Write stories. Be writing a lot this week. Cranking out. Diving into Gideon Wolf Book 2 this week. Going to be diving into trying to finish that by the end of January. So should be on pace to do that. My daughter starts her first day of school tomorrow. That's weird. I don't like it. I mean, I like it. I'm glad for her. She's excited, but I'm going to miss my little buddy. That said, I should be more productive, I hope. Maybe we'll put out 20 books this year instead of just 10. I have to be crazy to put that kind of goal out there. What's up, Denise? Happy New Year. Good morning, Beth Kelly from Newport News, one of my favorite names for a town. She shared with me the history of that, which was pretty cool. Good morning, Michelle. Coffee with Chef Dempsey, yeah. Yep, it's a Coffee Nation community. That's right. Making beignets. Where is where the invitation? To the brunch? I'd have to ask my buddy about that. And you'd need a really fast plane. Yeah, it's going to be 30 degrees down there tomorrow. Yeah. Chilly cat in Arnoldville, Louisiana. Better keep those duckies warm. Yeah, Michelle, exactly. It makes no sense. I'm glad you guys are all right because you're sort of in the same. I think don't the tornadoes, the threats usually come a little north of you guys though. They don't usually hit southern Alabama. That's more like the hurricane alley down there, right? Or do you get both? I mean, that would suck if you get both. I mean, I'm considering moving from here just because I'm tired of dealing with tornado warnings and watches in December. Like they're bad enough in March and April when it's supposed to happen. I mean, I didn't grow up with this stuff. When I was growing up, this was happening out in like Oklahoma and Nebraska all the time, Kansas, right? Like that's where the tornadoes happen, not Tennessee. Like, growing up, I don't remember one here until like 97. That was the first one I think I remember hearing about when I was in college. It's very strange. I know, climate change. Good morning, Jim Altman. Oh, it's both Joel and Teresa. Why are you guys awake? Aren't you? I'm gonna do the math on this. How many hours behind us are y'all? 4 or 6? No, it's Hawaii's 6 hours behind us. Aren't you guys like? Now I'm showing my geographical ignorance. That's not a good thing to show because I write a lot of geography into my stories. I should know, but I don't know time zones as well. I have to always look. But aren't you like 4 or 5 hours behind us? Eastern time zone? So it's like 5 a.m. You guys are the most dedicated of all. Jeez. My goodness. It's a family tradition for New Year's. Oh. Okay. And that's love it with Sherry on New Year's Eve. Okay. I like that family tradition. Not really big on Sherry. So you're making beignets too, Denise. Is that right? I love it. How was the movie? Allison wants to know. So I took my daughter to see Sing 2 last night. Great movie. We loved it. She thoroughly enjoyed it. She plowed through about half a bucket of popcorn. If her mother's watching this, she's going to murder me for letting her do that. But kid seems fine, and she's happy. It was great, though. We liked the first movie a lot, and so we really, this one was just as good as the first one with some cool new characters and new storyline. Same sort of formula, but like, it was great. We enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Made you laugh. It made you cry. made you wish that you could be a lion. Asking questions might pull back the curtain on those that prefer the dark side. Yeah, that's right. You're right about that. 26 below in North Pole, Alaska, up close to Fairbanks. Yeah. Y'all are the ones with that Home Depot commercial with looking for Santa Claus at the home. Does Santa shop here? I loved that. Were you guys in that commercial? Like, were you like extras in the background, or do you work at the Home Depot? It's so funny because sometimes I walk through there and like I walk through Home Depot or Lowe's and they're like, we're hiring. And I'm like, why do I feel like it would be kind of cool to work at Home Depot? You got all those tools and it smells like lumber, and I'd probably get stuck in electrical, which I don't know anything about, when I really probably need to be in landscaping. Like I need to be in the garden center. That's where my experience is. Not in well, a little bit in carpentry, but not much. Not enough to, only enough to be dangerous. Nothing I build will be to code. Almost ever. If it is to code, it's by complete accident. But my landscaping chops, they're okay. This is looking better out here. A little bit at a time. It's hard to do that work when you're writing books. Morning, Jim Motts. You're up early too, 3 hours behind, and you are at 6 a.m. on the Oregon coast. Beautiful. Welcome. You guys get up early. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at 6:30 and I looked at my watch and I was like, nope, no. This is not going to work for me. I'm going to close my eyes again. And that's what happened. Closed my eyes, and then I hear like these footsteps coming down the hall, and it's 8 o'clock. Maria Tiller from the UK, what's up? I am not watching Everton. No. They're unwatchable. What do they play? They're playing can't even think of the name now. I know who they're playing. Brighton, Hove Albion, right? Playing Brighton. I'm not even. I haven't. They've been unwatchable. They were like the Tennessee Vols for the last 12 years until this year. Like you watch and you're like, what are they doing? It looks like football. That's a football they're playing with. They're in the uniforms. They're on a football field, but what they're doing is not football. That's Everton right now. I mean, they've slipped within like 8 points of relegation. They're probably not going to get relegated. They'll probably bring in some players now that the transfer window's open. But they're terrible. And I've decided I owe these professional athletes nothing. I owe them nothing. I have been loyal to my teams my whole life. And for what? The occasional joy that the Braves bring me. So if you're not entertaining, I'm not going to watch you. It's not even about winning and losing. Just be fun. And right now, Everton's not fun. Are they winning? I don't know. I'll check the score, but I won't commit, 2.5 hours of my day until I start seeing some improvement and some hope. And an excellent cup of coffee. That's right. Yeah, it is summer weather down here, Denise. You're right. I'm scrolling through these comments. I'm so late. Quick question. How do you put a cork back in a champagne bottle? Yeah, I saw that. Douglas. Thank you. Okay, Keith, with your Liverpool. I see you. We do not have a basement, Kat. We have a crawl space. I've considered bringing in somebody to cut a hole in the floor so we could have a trapdoor into the crawl space. One of my buddies, when we had the tornadoes hit spring of, it's 2 years ago now, because it was 2020 when the tornado hit at Easter. So almost 2 years ago. Good grief, time flies. When that happened, one of my buddies, about 10 minutes from here, he actually ran outside, opened up his crawl space, and dove into his crawl space and was hiding out down there. Probably the best place to be. So I've considered doing that since we don't have a basement. But, yeah. There you go. Have a dusting of snow today. Okay, -8 where Shannon is. Good grief, Shannon, where are you? Someone in 23 Fahrenheit in Celsius. So that would be like -1 or 2, right? It'd be close to like -1 Celsius. Is that correct? Isn't Fahrenheit freezing like 0? So isn't that 0 Celsius? I don't know. Centigrade, as the old schoolers might call it. No, great. Now I just made somebody mad. I call it centigrade. Well, in the 90s, I had a very old math teacher that called it that. So he was old school. It's like what they called it when they invented it. Good morning, Megan and Shelly. Oh, yeah, it's definitely upset. I know, no more daddy daycare. Well, there will be daycare. I mean, she'll have sick days. -5. Michelle on point. Look at you. My goodness. You answered it before I could even get to your answer. You didn't have the storms. You have them, but okay. Yeah, there you go. Get them too. It stinks. Yeah, we got to move somewhere else. I'm thinking somewhere where there aren't any like natural disasters, but it seems like that's everywhere now. Fires out in the west, tornadoes here. I mean, hurricanes, you at least get like 3 days heads up, right? Earthquakes. That's the other thing about Tennessee that nobody knows, that nobody talks about. But y'all out close to Memphis know all about it, and I'm sure, Douglas, you know all about it because you're in Arkansas. But that New Madrid fault line, it was supposed to go off like 20 years ago. Not even. It was supposed to go off about 25, 30 years ago. Remember that, when that dude was saying that like it's due for a huge shift, that those tectonic plates. And I was really into tectonics back at college. Like, I was in astronomy and tectonics. I was really interested in that stuff. And yeah, this guy this expert was talking about like, yeah, it's way overdue for a huge slip, and it hasn't happened yet. But the last time that New Madrid fault line out close to Memphis by the Mississippi, when the last time it went off was like what, 1812, 1811, something like that. They said that plates fell off of shelves in Maryland. That's how far away. So for perspective, Memphis is where that fault line is. You got to go all the way across the long way of Tennessee to get to the upper right corner of Virginia. Then you got to go drive up through the thick part of Virginia to get to Maryland. Wait, thick part, thin part, thin part. You got to go through a little bit of Virginia, pretty country, by the way. And then you get up to Maryland and DC. That's how far it is. Drive-wise, 7 hours to Knoxville, maybe 6.5, 7 hours to Knoxville from Memphis. Then another 3 or 4 through Virginia, about 10 hours, 11 hours maybe. I'm off on that probably. That's a bad fault line. And I guarantee you most of the buildings that have been constructed since then are not up to earthquake. So hopefully we don't get that too, but the way things are going, I don't know. It's time for me to move to Denmark, Copenhagen, or Austria, Switzerland, move to the Alps. You're in Oklahoma and the weather's been crazy this year, Megan Holden. Yeah, my buddy in OKC, Dan Wood, he said it's been weird. Ducks got their coats on, they're bouncing around having fun. They love the weather. That's funny. Morning, Bobby. Thank you, Jim Motz. I like you too. The ducks doing their happy dance. What's up? Hello, Laura. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, good. Cool. Excellent. Work for the military. I'm not sure I like the way you said that, Joel and Teresa. We work for the military at North Pole, Alaska. Y'all into some secretive stuff up there, aren't you? You couldn't tell me if you were. you'd have to kill me. But you'd have to fly a long way to do it. Wait, unless you have connections down here, which you probably do, since you have high-level clearances. Whew, man, I could write some fun stories about you two. That fan fiction idea I had a couple months ago, don't worry, I'm still mulling that over. But I had to push it aside to write 10 books this year. So, but I'm still thinking about it. I think you two would be really fun. Like, like super elite husband-wife spy team that live in like remote Alaska. And oh my goodness, the story's writing itself in my head. Please don't be mad at me, Joel and Teresa. I'm not trying to embarrass you. Yeah, beignets is a French tradition. Yeah, you can tell because of the spelling, right? No, like, I don't think there's a word that was, created in English that looks like that word. It'd be spelled way different. It'd be like beignet, Binyays, beignets. Fine, I don't have an illness. I've been sick 3 times in the last 90 days, but I'm not sick right now. Oh, you just got home from Harmony's. Good. Good, Jim. Oh, look at you. Wait. You said brought south by Acadians deported by English military from Nova Scotia. You mean brought south to like America? Because if you mean brought south to like Montreal, I mean, where were they coming from? The North Pole, like the actual North Pole. Oh, thank you so much, Allison. Great. And Brighton's no good. Brighton's not a good squad. What in the world is Everton doing? Oh God, I'm gonna get off. I gotta get off that talk. Palace lost again yesterday. Sorry. Ballet on a football field with no grace. That's what we did. That's what we were doing for a while. Tennessee's looking better now. I know they lost the other night, but they were playing about 15 guys on the field that night. Those officials were obviously not giving them any home cooking in the state of Tennessee. Has it been active lately, Douglas? I didn't know that. But yeah, you got to be careful with that one. That would be a bad one. All the brick homes and all that. That's our house isn't made of brick. So we should be fine? Probably not. 52 in the UK. Come live there. Mind you, not sure if we would let you in. No, you probably wouldn't let me in, but I have considered the UK actually as a relocation point. Talking to you and our good friend Sam Nosh about that, and I would not be opposed to it. Actually, I would. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. It's a little like the air is very wet out here. I would consider the UK in a heartbeat. I mean, when I watch Ted Lasso and I see Richmond, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love that village. And then I look it up and it's actually real, and it's like that. It looks exactly like that's where they film it, like on location. It's either that or they built the set to look just like it. But it looks like it's legit. I would love to live in a little place like that. That would be awesome. Maybe in the countryside though, not close to the city of London. Like out in the country would be cool. But a little village like that, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Would love it. And yeah, you guys don't get any natural disasters, do you? I mean, you're on a huge island, so something weird's gonna happen. I guess the drawback for y'all is that it's like gloomy all the time, right? That's the complaint that you guys, all the Brits, you talk about how it's gloomy all the time. Which is fine by me. I don't mind clouds. Cloudy days for me. You don't have to see the sun very often. But it's interesting. I've thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. You've restoked my interest. Cornwall, some of those areas. Very interested. I don't think that y'all let me bring my guns in, but I don't guess I need them over there since nobody else has them, right? Guns, you Americans and your guns. I have them because everybody else has them. It's like the big Mexican standoff. Like everybody's like, you leave me alone and I leave you alone. Not really. It's not like that. Oh, Doug, that's good. Oh, it's been 30 minutes already. I gotta go. I gotta make these beignets, guys. I know Canada's great. I love Canada. It's beautiful. I've got friends up there like you, Terry Schott, like my friend Carol Beijing. She's out in Victoria. Hope she's doing well out there. Yeah, Canada's cool. I don't like how they were like, locking my my best friend's wife was from Canada, and her family still lives. Her parents still live up there, and I don't like how they were so locked down though with everything, right? Like impeding people's freedoms. And my friends that are up there, that um, some of them are in places where it wasn't a big deal, but like one of them's in close to Toronto, and he's just been furious the whole time. Like it hasn't quite been as bad as Australia, I don't think, but my second editor Anne lives in Australia, and she's not been happy with how things have been down there for sure. They are making chili. Nice. Yeah, it's chili time again, isn't it? Hunting Santa. That one makes a lot more sense. 20 and Big D. Okay. All right. Hey, I'll be out there in Dallas in June, Marva, if you guys want to get a cup of coffee. Anybody out in Dallas area, I believe June 1 and 2, but I'll have to check those dates. I'm going to be out there for a conference early June, and then I'll be in England, and I'll be in the UK, all variants withstanding. I'll be in the UK end of June, so we'll hang out. Yes, correct. Okay, just making sure we were talking the same story. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember the Louisiana Purchase. French really screwed up on that one. I mean, big time. It was a good buy for us, though. Really good buy for us. Gadsden Purchase not as significant in the rewards. But are you mad? No, I'm not angry at all. Oh, you mean crazy? UK's horrible. Some nice places, but it's run by a bunch of Jersey. Okay. Well, Finland's a little too far north and too cold. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't think I could do Finland. I think I could do, Denmark easily. I love Denmark. Possibly Norway. I could probably do Sweden across the water there from Denmark is cool. Also gets really cold. You're up there at the Arctic Circle there, so there's some cold places, but I don't mind the cold. Doesn't bother me. That's not my issue. That's the spouse's issue. I can deal with cold. Happy New Year, William. Jerks, not jerseys. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. I thought jersey might be some, like slang term for jerks. Love to live in Texas. Okay, so I will not live in Texas. All right, and this is gonna. So all you Texans, just before you start, just holster your weapons for a second. No, Tennessee and Texas have very strong historical connections, right? Like we helped keep Texas, right? That's why we're the volunteer state. We bunch of our boys went down there and and helped with the war down there with Texas and helped liberate them, right? So, and I know all the other histories that go along with that. And fine, but that's how it happened on our end. Bunch of Guys went down there, volunteered to serve with the Texas military. And so I love Texas. My problem with Texas is it's a different kind of heat down there than what I am used to experiencing. Like in Houston, even Dallas, Austin, when I've been there, it's a different kind of heat that I don't really like. And on top of that too, I like mountains. If I'm gonna be somewhere where there are no mountains, then I don't want it to be hot. So that's it with Texas. My mom's from Texas. She's from San Antonio, and she's funny. She's like, and her parents were from Texas. She grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. Like they're from that area, and my mom was so. I asked her one time. I said, "Did you ever consider moving back to Texas?" And she goes, "No." I said, "Why not?" She goes, "It's a different kind of heat down there, son." And she said, "I don't like." And she also said, "I don't like the prairies, just endless prairies." She said, "I like the mountains and the forests, and so Tennessee, she likes it. She likes it better." And that's me too. I'm from the hills and the mountains. So I probably won't live in Texas, but I do appreciate that it's a freedom-loving state. Good morning. Call on me, Valerie. Oh, I gotcha. I will keep you posted. Yep. Need to know where. Yeah. So I'll be there for a conference, but and I'll be hanging out with lots of friends while I'm there, but like different writer friends that I haven't seen. So, but I do want to make some time to get out and see you guys too. So when I'm over there in the UK, Seward's Folly, also a good one. That's right. Williams 48 there. I am not Elsa. No. Jersey is an island. That's what I thought. That's why I was like, okay, I know this is an island right over there, and like, what is the? How does this relate? It's pretty funny. I would love to pop up to Scotland. Oh, I'd love to go to Scotland, and I got to get to Ireland too. Oh yeah, Louisiana, brutal with that humidity as well. Going George Strait. All my exes live in Texas. That's right. That's funny. Texas is a place I'd really love to be. That's a good song. Native Houstonian. More Cajun than Texas now. Interesting. All right, guys, listen. I got to go make this beignet dough. So it's been a wonderful 40 minutes with you. I appreciate you joining me for Coffee Nation. Today's Coffee Nation, by the way, was brought to you by Prehistoric Perk. Visit prehistoricperk.com. I think that's I don't think there's a coffee in there. Maybe, I don't know. Prehistoric Perk. That's what I'm drinking again today. Swing by and pick yourself up a bag of their medium roast or whatever the one is I'm drinking right now. But it's like I think it's Indian Mahala or something. I can't remember what the word was. It seems like it started with an M and an A. Probably way off. Maybe I'll post a picture. You guys have a fantastic week. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining me here on Coffee Nation for the great conversation. It's like I'm standing around with you guys on my back porch, and except you're all in different places, but it's like, it's just having coffee together. I love it. I love doing this. Wish we could all just hang out together. I need to do meetups. Michelle's right. You got to do meetups. All right, y'all. Happy New Year, everybody. We will see you on Friday. Yeah, there's nothing going on Friday. So Drinks with Dempsey on Friday. I'll see you then. I'll give you the updated report on progress for the next book. Stuff about the new release coming out for Where Horizons End. We should have a new trailer dropping this week, a new book trailer dropping this week. I know Allison's excited about that. She loves book trailers. So hopefully we'll have that coming out here in the middle of the week. And if you have ordered your pre-ordered your copies already, good for you. And if you haven't, maybe that's just not what you do. But you could always tell 500 or 600 friends to do it. Listen, you drive to your friend's house, you knock on the door, and then you say, hey, I just want to let you know Where Horizons End is on pre-order right now on Amazon. And they'll say, like, what? What are you talking about? You say Where Horizons End, the single most anticipated book in the last 2 decades. Maybe you should check it out. You don't want to miss out. And then if they still are like, I don't really read, that's when you start using threats. I think threatening friends is a good way to go. Like if you start, maybe you pull back your jacket and they see like a knife is there on your belt or a pistol, just like one of those, like, you just pull it back, just like you're putting your hand on your hip casually, but just so they can see the weapon. I'm going to get arrested. Please, nobody do that. Do it. All right, love you guys. See you on Friday. Oh, how did golf go last week? Did I play golf last week? Oh, I played pretty well. We were playing select shot. It was 4 of us, so we played all right. It was fun. If I was by myself, probably like 84. So, all right, see you guys on Friday.